Hello everyone, and welcome back to a very spooky episode of 3D Reviews. Today we are taking a look at a movie that you guys voted on, and I don't know what the last movie of this month is going to be, so I think I'm going to keep that a surprise. And we'll see what that is. But today we are looking at Texas Chainsaw. I believe this came out in 2013. Could have been 2013, 2011. Whatever the date is, I'm obviously going to put it up on the screen. And I'm looking forward to this. I haven't seen this movie in quite some time, but this was shot natively in 3D, and it'll be interesting to see a natively shot 3D movie again. It's been a while. I think the last movie we saw that was shot natively was Hugo, perhaps? I'm not really sure. Whatever the case is, let's hop right into this. I'm looking forward to it. If anything, I remember that the actual video quality itself was extremely crystal clear. This is one of the best looking Blu-rays that I have. We'll get started right now and play the movie in 3D. See, here's something I wish more 3D Blu-rays would have. You have the option to play it in 3D or in 2D on one disc instead of getting the 3D disc, the 2D disc. Just have the one disc and give the option to choose between both versions. So that's a nice two-dimensional logo for DTS. Stands for damn, that 3D sucked. Here we get the Lionsgate logo in 3D. It's pretty good. Pretty decent looking 3D logo. I do believe that this is actually a direct sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw. I don't know my Texas Chainsaw lore, I could be wrong. But these shots here are actually post-converted, and they look decently okay. It's an interesting proof of concept for post-converting the original Texas Chainsaw, which I've never seen. I imagine that it might make a decent 3D movie, I don't know. Oh, I like how the light beam comes out actually. Oh, I like how they've got the 3D reflectiveness in his eyeball. That's really cool. It's a nice little attention to detail, too. You would never think to give someone's eyeball reflection depth. Ooh, look at that. Now that was a good 3D shot. Alright, I believe this is modern day. So this is stuff that was shot natively in 3D, and it looks pretty good. Now, this is a good time to talk about the difference between native 3D and post-converted 3D. There is a certain quality to 3D that has been shot natively that post-conversion, not that post-conversion looks bad, it looks really good these days. In fact, a lot of post-converted movies look better than natively shot films. But there's a level of detail that you don't get with post-converted movies. In natively shot 3D movies, you can always tell. At least I can tell. I've seen so many of these, I can immediately pick up. Like, you can tell that this was shot natively just by the way, how consistent the depth is throughout the entire scene, how much detail there is in every little thing. You don't really have to worry about any sort of 3D errors because it's all being picked up realistically with both of the cameras. And right here, we don't really have a lot of depth. This is sort of leading up to that big, scary, that big scene where the fight breaks out here. This is good framing for 3D. You have the guy between the railing sticks there. See how they've got all those little things hanging down from the ceiling? This was of course this was shot with 3D in mind. It was shot in 3D. But having the set design where you have all these bits hanging from the ceiling, so even though there's not a lot of depth or volume in this scene, you still have that layering to give the 3D something interesting to do. I really like this officer character. He's like one of my favorite characters. Really haven't increased the 3D or anything. It's kind of been mostly flat. But we're gonna get there. I'm sure we're gonna get there. And this won't be a disappointment. You want to save your big 3D money shots for intense scenes. And you could say, well, the shootout was supposed to be an intense scene, and it is. But the editing, it was so quick cut that you would want to have sort of a lower interaxial, have it work and not blow the audience's face off or their eyeballs out. You don't want to have actual eye-popping 3D, which is like a terrible marketing strategy. Eye-popping 3D? I don't want to watch a movie like that. I don't want to lose my eyeballs. Oh, this is a 3D photograph. I think this is probably a post-converted photograph, if I had to guess. Looks like a post-converted. But yeah, there was good depth in that. Oh, there's a lot of... Oh... Yeah, okay, I got you there. Alright, so these modern day shots do have a bit more depth, but it could also be because of how close we are. It's very loud. I like the foreshadowing of how she... Spoilers! She is related to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family. The Sawyers, I believe. So of course, she's cutting up the meat. It's like a little thing. The video quality here is very high. We're gonna have to cut this. This is a rated R movie. So is Saw. I'm gonna have to cut some things out of here. I like the framing here. You got the feet. I don't like feet. It's not like that. You know, no. Don't get me wrong. However, the framing of you have the foot in the foreground and then it goes off into the back. It's interesting 3D framing throughout this. I don't think this is a bad movie. It's not the greatest horror film, but it's got some nice moments in it. They have this nice shot looking down the stairwell. Oh man, is that shot post-converted? Oh. Look how flat it is. To be fair, I don't even know how they could fit the freaking Lee Pace rig. Is it the Lee Pace rig? It might be the Lee Pace. The Cameron Pace? I don't know. The beam splitter rigs that they were using for this movie. Inside the little car. The Rain's doing some good stuff for the 3D, but it's just mostly been kind of flat this entire time, to be honest with you. This is a good shot. You have the sign "Welcome to Newt," which of course is an important story thing because that's the town they're headed to in negative space, so that you more apparent. And I gotta blur this out probably so that you can't see that on the screen. It is a rated R film after all. Okay, that shot looks like it was converted. Some of it seems a bit strange. I know this was shot in 3D, but some of it also looks odd. That's a pretty decently good shot with all the foliage. Natively shot... Oh my god. Okay. Natively shot foliage is pretty great. Look at these shots, and I kind of feel like they're increasing the depth just a bit in order to build up the reveal of the house. Like how this shot mirrors the shot at the beginning of the movie with the officer standing outside. The movie came out in 2012. I was completely wrong. I believe it was 2012. You can tell she doesn't trust him. She's like, "That's a bit sussy." When the hitchhiker sus. Ring ding ding ding. That's a pretty good 3D shot. I really wish they would give a little bit more depth and stuff. They really like this shot behind the railing thing there. It's like their favorite. Ooh, I saw the spit fly out of the screen there, but it was only a little bit. Wow, what a kill! What a crazy kill, my dudes. I can't even really think of anything to say about the 3D, to be honest with you guys. It's just kind of samey, flat, boring, uninteresting, dumb. I get it. The beam splitter rigs are a pain in the butt. The less you gotta deal with it, the better. Probably it was easier for them just to find one setting that worked decently enough and just do that for like the majority of the movie. Instead of increasing the volume and depth and the intensity of the 3D for the scenes that are leading up to the kills, they just kind of have it the same. It's not, there isn't like any errors or anything in the 3D. It's just kind of meh. Dang, why would he get down on his hands and knees and start going up the steps? This is fine. Thank you guys for requesting this movie. Oh, damn. I felt that. Am I an idiot? Literally says right there, January 2013. And it's been sitting there the whole time and I couldn't figure out when the movie came out. I'm so dumb. Oh, don't like that. Jesus. Okay, I guess that was supposed to be an intense pop-out moment. However, you want to know what the issue is that they don't actually increase the volume in the shot. All they do is push the entire shot out of the screen, and it's just difficult to look at. Wow, she seriously just slipped up on like complete dry-ass stone. Damn, she just keeps tripping everywhere now. Okay, there we go. You got something there. That was really well done. And you have the little bits of sawdust coming down into the camera. Very cool. I mean, at least, you know, the silverware didn't get away. They still got all the stuff. It didn't get stolen, you know. Like how this breaks the trope of like every vehicle and you can just destroy any gate anywhere. This guy's pretty spry for a really old man. Should run over the guy. Wait, why did they stop? Why did he stop? Why did he stop? You could have just kept going. Why did you stop the car? See, he was smart this time. He remembered the last time the truck got away. He was like, I should have cut the tire on it so it couldn't go nowhere. It's clever. Somehow that manages to make the entire van flip over. It's horror movie logic. I do like the framing in some of these shots. I don't know how much gore I'm allowed to show on YouTube. This is kind of a tricky month because it's going to be like 10 million times worse when we get to Saw 3D. Oh man. Eventually that chainsaw is going to run out of gas. And then what are you going to do? You're going to like use it as an inert knife or something? Alright, we got a little carnival scene. Going to have plenty of light. Of course the trees provide some good not volume, just provide some good stuff for depth. I honestly think that pig mask is a reference to the Saw movies because that's they wear that in the Saw movies. It's got to be a reference. You think this would have been a good opportunity to increase that volume because you have all the rides. And if you guys want to see a video with like good volume with amusement park rides in it, like a carnival like this, I actually have a video like that. You can check it out over here. Go check that video out. It's pretty cool. Got a lot of cool depth. I have like a list of favorite 3D shots. It actually has one of my favorite 3D shots. I don't know. It's just a nice aesthetic. But it looks better than this. And yeah, the camera's shaking all over the place in my video. But at least the 3D's there, you know. She's got some good upper body strength. Oh my gosh. That was just... So they didn't increase the volume there. They just took the video and pushed it out of the screen. It's what a good trick. Now see, the 3D here is an appropriate amount of depth for a quieter scene like this. However, when you have those intense action scenes where they're running away or something crazy is going on, you gotta increase that volume. You gotta make it impact. You can't just not do that. They didn't even try. It's like they got like a Sony 3D Handycam and just called it a day and filmed it with that. How is that phone gathering 3D footage? Explain that one to me. Not only that, the little icons on the phone were floating up off of the screen. That shot just didn't make sense. I don't think this movie was as brutal as they thought it was going to be. Yeah, how does the phone have 3D capability? Plus he's holding it vertically and it's somehow showing video in landscape. This don't add up, boss. Beam splitter rig certainly did not like flashlights. You gotta be careful with lighting in beam splitter rigs. You obviously have the mirror there. It's a little bit tricky and I've done it myself. I've had errors myself. It's kind of difficult and unwieldy. I can understand why a lot of studios just post-convert. Interesting thing they do with this movie is they kind of try to make Leatherface a sympathetic character. It's all a gray area, because yeah, technically the Sawyer family were compliant in letting all those people get killed. I haven't seen the original movie, so I don't know if they actually killed anybody or like what the deal is. But at the beginning of this, they're clearly trying to show that they were being compliant by handing over Jeb. And now it's just like, well, they all got killed. They weren't really supposed to. That wasn't the proper justice that was to be done. And they're giving him sort of this, not really a redemption story, because he did kill, technically those other people. Well, no, because Kenny wasn't a bad guy. He was actually kind of a cool guy, and he got killed he didn't deserve to get killed. Why didn't she have her whole shirt buttoned up? And it's just like one of the few movies where the lawyer isn't an asshole, and he's like kind of one of the good guys. So there's a little bit of noise and things going on, like in the video quality. It's not bad video quality, don't think I'm saying that. The noise effect that you're seeing in these darker scenes is the same noise effect that I've seen in some of my videos that I've used the beam splitter rig in. It's interesting to note that the issues that I had with the beam splitter rig, not that it's a problem, I think it's a really great piece of tech, but the things that I had to deal with are very similar and the same to the things they had to deal with. And I have that greater understanding and appreciation for how difficult it is to use one of those things, you know? Now she's just acting like a crazy person. I don't know, like she's been a pretty decent actress this entire time, and now it's just kind of like they just completely do a 180 on her character. She's just like, man, I'm evil now. I'm a good Sawyer. They're gonna hang this girl. She didn't even. She did cut that one guy's face, but he ran it over with his car. He was being creepy. I don't blame her. Okay, I can't even show you some of this movie here. I assure you, this is nothing against the actress. She's a very attractive young lady. But I can't put that on YouTube, if you understand. Yeah, sorry. I mean, you don't see any nip or anything. I just gotta be careful about this. Oh, wait. Yeah, they have to have her shirt open. It sounds bad. They have to have her shirt open because she has the birthmark, which I cut out. Ooh, okay. See, now that's a pretty good shot. They actually got another decent shot. But they have to have her shirt open because her birthmark is the pendant thing. And he's gonna see that. It's kind of like you could have put it anywhere. You could have put it on her arm or something. You had to put it over her boob. Alright. Ooh, that's kind of deep. It's also very loud. Okay, he's got his finger coming out of the screen. I'm very scared. I mean, I could always just cut this out, but it's more funny if I try to cover it up with my hands. Oh, he's like, oh dang. But yeah, those shots did have pretty good pop out. It's just the problem is it's still not having a lot of volume. It's just kind of pushing the video out of the screen. Hopefully she buttons her shirt up so I can stop being afraid. Why wasn't she wearing a bra? That's what I want to know. To be fair, that Jed did actually do the killing. So it's kind of like I get they're trying to do this thing where it's like, oh, he doesn't deserve that because he doesn't know any better and the justice. They try to make all these gray areas and it doesn't really work all that well. Where did the guy's son go? He just vanished. How does he know how to use that? They're trying to make this like you feel bad for the killer. It's not how it works. They're trying to be like, oh, feel bad for Jed. I mean, he did kill all those people, most of which were innocent. I mean, I haven't seen the original Texas Chainsaw. Maybe they weren't innocent. But Kenny was innocent, damn it. Kenny didn't do anything. And you killed him. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. You bastards. She just becomes such a schlocky character at the end. Like, she's actually, I think for the majority of this, Heather's character is pretty good. And then it gets to the end and she just goes completely off the rails. I haven't talked about the 3D in a bit. It's just kind of really flat and uninteresting, which is a shame because this is the climax of the film. They're really not doing much with it. It almost feels like they should have just made this a 2D movie and then had select shots or scenes be in 3D. And it probably would have worked a lot better, to be honest with you, if they had just gone ahead and done that. Sort of like a Paranormal Activity Ghost Dimension kind of thing. Why doesn't he just roll out of the way? Why does he just keep backing up? You don't have to keep going down. Why is he going down in the thing he knows that there's gonna be a thing down there? It just doesn't make sense to me, friend. That was really anticlimactic, dude. This movie was like, I don't know, it's just kind of a mixed bag. It's got some interesting concepts, but it's weak, man. Interesting framing. I guess it kind of works for 3D. I mean, it's literally a frame. It's a door frame. It's literally a framing, you know? It is bothering me that she just doesn't button the whole shirt up, dude. It's driving me nuts. I like how she's still a little intimidated by him, you know? What a movie. You know, I'm glad I watched it. And I'm glad you guys voted for it. And, oh wait, that looks like it's... Okay, see, there's some deep 3D. Why is the credits the one with, like, the most engaging 3D? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the most interesting parts of this in 3D were seeing that original movie post-converted. And while it's not a perfect conversion, it did look pretty decently good. And it's interesting to see what such an old movie would look like converted to 3D. This was shot in 3D. I know there's a lot of limitations when it comes to shooting with a beam splitter rig. It's a huge pain in the butt. I typically don't use the beam splitter. I haven't in a while, but I still have it. I use the little bar thing that I showed you guys during one of the live streams. Texas Chainsaw, there's not much to say about this movie, and that's kind of a shame. There's maybe 1, 2, or 3 decent looking 3D shots in this movie that I'm like, wow, that's a good, well-made shot. I honestly think this movie would have been much better if they only decided to have certain scenes in 3D rather than have the entire movie be in 3D and it just being bland. And I know this is probably a budgetary limitation, technical limitation, because like I said, beam splitter rigs are a huge pain in the ass. But you'll be okay if you don't see this in 3D. In fact, you'll probably be okay if you don't see it at all. If you're a fan of the Texas Chainsaw movies, I don't know if this bastardizes the original or how people feel about that. I think there are some interesting concepts in here that just kind of they try to do so much gray area stuff, and I haven't seen the original, so I can't tell if it works 100%, but from my layman's perspective, it just gets messy and muddled and bleh. With this being said, I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for voting. Next month is going to be, it's probably going to be superhero month. I think I mentioned that before. I guess update is that there's gonna be another big life change coming soon. I don't know if that's going to impact the videos that I can put out. If I feel like I'm gonna be behind on videos, I might just sit down in an afternoon, record all the 3D reviews, get it all edited while I can, and then just set it for the scheduled upload dates. But thank you guys for checking this out. Also, don't forget to check out my other channel, the Bittersweet Candy Bowl Fannel. It would mean a lot to me. I really like the editing work I've done there. The videos aren't super long, so you don't have to invest a bunch of time into it. You don't even have to look it up if you don't want to. Thank you guys for watching. Get your vaccines. It's very important. Stay safe. Stay happy. I really do appreciate all the support. I really honestly do. It's helped me through a lot of this. And I will see you guys later. And remember to don't go to Texas, because you'll probably get chainsawed up by a crazy man.